Hi guys, Fuzzy here. I'm back with my recipe for low-carb homemade lasagna. If you like this recipe, please make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, leave me a comment, let me know what you think I'm doing well, what I could be doing better. All right, thanks so much.
Okay, once our fathead dough is cooled, we're going to go ahead and cut it down the center. And this will enable us to be able to fold it and put it on the parchment sheet, get that tray out of there so we can make room for our baking dish. So we'll take our stoneware enamel coated baking dish, spray it with Pam, and then we're going to go ahead and sauce the bottom of the pan. Once we've sauced the bottom of the pan and we've distributed evenly, we'll go ahead and crack 2 eggs into our mixing dish. We're going to give that a quick whisk with the fork. Maybe for about 10 to 15 seconds. And then we'll go ahead and add our 3 pounds of ricotta cheese. And we'll kind of smush that down a little bit with our fork, make it easier to work with. And to this, what we will do is we will add 2 tablespoons of dried parsley. So once we have the parsley added, we'll go ahead and stir this fairly rapidly with our fork. We want to make sure that we get the egg and the parsley thoroughly mixed with the ricotta cheese. And you should notice that when you have it mixed fully, that the egg yolk, the yellow egg yolk, is no longer able to be seen. And then once we have that thoroughly mixed, we will go ahead and add 5 to 6 heaping spoonfuls of sauce to the ricotta. The reason we do this is it keeps the ricotta well hydrated, and it also incorporates the tomato sauce flavor throughout the entire lasagna. Instead of having sauce and then a thick layer of hard ricotta cheese, it's more a softer velvety texture, and the entire layer tastes of sauce. And again, we'll stir this until the ricotta becomes a solid pink color. And that way we know our sauce is thoroughly incorporated. And you can see what it looks like. So now what we're going to do is we'll put down a layer of the dough. And we're using these instead of noodles because this is what makes our lasagna low carb. And we'll put 3 to 6 heaping spoonfuls of sauce on the dough. And use the back of our spoon to spread it around evenly. You just use a nice swirling motion. Make sure you get the sauce to all the edges so that there's no, when they bite into it, there's no dry spots. Then we're going to go ahead and put 6 to 8 spoonfuls of ricotta. And again, we'll use the back of our spoon to make sure that it's evenly distributed. We'll go ahead and put some of our mozzarella cheese on top. And again, making sure that it's evenly distributed. And then we'll go ahead and put down a couple handfuls of the browned ground turkey. You can use any type of browned crumbled meat here. Some folks like to use sausage, Italian sausage you remove from the casing. Some people use pork or beef. I like to use turkey because I feel that once when you're eating the lasagna, it has so many heavy ingredients with all the cheese that using the turkey keeps you from getting that really sickly feeling when you're done eating. So we'll throw a little bit more cheese on here. And next we'll be ready to put on our next layer of dough, and we will repeat the process. So again, we put the sauce down, use the back of our spoon to spread it around. We'll go ahead and add our ricotta cheese mixture. Again, using the back of the spoon to distribute it. We're just going to swirl it around, make sure it's out evenly to all the edges. Once that's done, we'll go ahead and put down a little bit more of the ground meat. I had a little bit too much juice in there, so I'm straining or dumping that into the sink. So there we go. And now we've eliminated that extra liquid. We want to do that and make sure that the liquid doesn't make our lasagna mushy. Now the great thing about this dough mixture that I'm using, because it's primarily made of cheese, the wet ingredients, the sauce and the ricotta won't penetrate it, so it won't become soggy. It maintains a nice body. We'll go ahead and add another layer of cheese and evenly distribute it. The great thing about these lasagnas too is if you don't cook it today, what you could do is you could certainly wrap this with saran wrap and freeze it, and you could actually stick it into the oven frozen, and it'll take a little bit longer to cook, but when it's done, you can't even tell that it's been frozen. It's such a great meal. Now what we're doing is just trying to use up a little bit more of this ricotta, so you're seeing me put some dollops on top. I like to do this because it melts into the cheese. You may have a little bit of the ricotta and tomato sauce mixture left over. Typically, I will use this to make manicotti, or in most cases, I've made a second sheet of the dough, and I'm using a smaller baking dish, and I'll make 2 lasagnas. So you may have a little extra left over, but you can always freeze it and use it later. We've stuck the lasagna in a 365-degree oven, and we baked it for about an hour and 20 minutes until an instant read thermometer inserted in the middle of the lasagna read 165 degrees Fahrenheit. And we do this because we want to make sure that the egg is thoroughly cooked. So once we finish plating this up, we'll top it off with a little extra sauce and some pecorino romano cheese. And that's how Fuzzy does it. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, turn on notifications, leave us a comment below, let us know what we've done well, what you think we could be doing better. Until next time, ciao.